In order to break down the mediation process and give those interested in seeing what an actual mediation looks like, we've created a mock mediation that outlines the core elements. This video is based on real scenarios, and the actors involved are CYS restorative justice practitioners. So, what does a mediation look like?
Welcome everyone, thank you for being here today. My name is Kimberly and I'll be a co-mediator. If everyone can go around and also share their name.
And I'm Anae, I'll also be the co-mediator.
I'm Alex.
I'm Hope, Alex's mother.
I'm Emery.
And I'm Emery's father, Tony.
Perfect, thank you. I'll be going over what a mediation is now. So to start, a mediation is a voluntary process, meaning everyone has accepted to be here today. This is also a confidential process, meaning whatever names, details you guys share with us today will stay in the room with only the people who are here. This is also a self-determined process, meaning once we get to the restitution agreement part, both parties will be able to decide what that looks like. This is also a non-legal process, meaning this is just a conversation we're having here today where everyone will be able to share their point of view of the incident.
And just to go over some of the ground rules that we have for today, first and foremost, please make sure that we are all respectful of each other. Please make sure that we're listening and we're not interrupting each other. Be open and honest. Try to avoid any distractions. So I know there's no phones, but just making sure no phones or music during the mediation. Is there any other ground rules that anyone wants to add? No? Okay.
At this point, we will be going over the incident. So Emery, if you can get us started and share what happened the day of the incident.
I was on my phone, and then my brother came up to me and told me that he was being picked on and bullied by Alex. So I was so mad because I was like, who does Alex think they are? So I texted Alex to come meet me at the park so I could show her what's up. And so I texted her that I wanted to fight her. And then we went to the park, and when I saw her, I was so mad, and I hit her, and I don't remember what happened after that.
Thank you, Emery, for sharing with us, the incident, the details of what happened that day. If you can just share a little bit more of what it was like when your father found out about the incident. Can you share that now?
Yeah, the guy said he was gonna call my parents, so he called my mom, and then she didn't answer. So then they called my dad.
So what I'm hearing, Emery, is that the comments Alex made really hurt your brother's feelings, and you wanted to stand up for your brother. What did you expect would happen when you made those comments?
I didn't expect anything to happen. I didn't expect for her to try to fight me. I mean, she messaged me saying that she wanted to fight me, and I'm not scared of her, so what am I going to do, hide from her? Mm-hmm. So if that's what she wanted to do, I showed up, but I didn't want to fight her because I didn't understand why this even happened. Mm-hmm. I was just making comments.
Yeah, when you got that message from Emery, how did that feel, that she wanted to fight you?
I felt anxious because, again, I didn't expect anybody to want or have a problem with what I said. But, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I hear that you did feel scared and nervous about it, but you also didn't want to seem that way to other people. So to stand up for yourself, you went.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I know that could be difficult to share and vulnerable to share how we're feeling. So now I want to hear a little bit from the parents. We could start with you, Hope. How did you feel about this whole situation, hearing your daughter get into a fight with someone else?
I was very upset, especially knowing the details that Emery was in 8th grade. She's 2 years older. You know, she should know better. That being said, learning a little bit more about what Alex did and the way she spoke to Emery's brother, you know, her and her siblings, they know I don't like the way they sometimes treat each other.
Alex, how do you feel hearing what your mom just said?
I know it's true. She always says she doesn't like the way that me and my siblings talk. So I know that.
Thank you both for sharing your perspective and your thoughts on the situation. We can move over to Tony. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you felt hearing about the situation?
Well, I was disappointed in finding out that my own daughter didn't come to speak to me about it before this came about. We wouldn't be here had she had come to me, and maybe me and Alex's mother could have discussed it and tried to figure out a way that didn't involve violence. So I was disappointed that she didn't respect the teachings I taught her growing up.
So, Emery, can you tell us a little bit about what you think about what your dad said?
I didn't think about telling him. I wish I would have told him. But, yeah, I didn't want to make him mad.
So I hear a little bit of regret in not telling your dad, but also that there was some fear of him being angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Tony, what do you think about hearing that?
Well, I think we're forgetting here that my daughter didn't start this bullying. She wasn't the perpetrator of whatever occurred.
She's the one that hit me.
Yeah, well, to be fair, again, she's right. She's the one who got physically assaulted.
Well, I don't know how things work in your home, but it was odd to hear my daughter.
Tony, thank you so much for sharing. We do want to remember ground rules of being respectful, so hope if you want to continue. Anything else before we move on to Tony next?
Look, again, I get that, you know, her words hurt, you know, your son. But the reality is that your daughter beat my daughter up, and that's just not acceptable.
I have to agree. I regret that it happened in the first place.
So Alex and Emery, I know we got to hear a little bit from your parents' perspectives. Is there anything that you guys wanted to add hearing that? And we can start with you, Emery.
I just want to say that the whole thing stressed me out because I used to be bullied and it really sucked. So knowing that my brother was getting bullied just angered me again.
Yeah. Alex, do you want to repeat or tell us what you're hearing Emery say?
That she was bullied. She was bullied, so I think she just felt bad for her brother.
Yeah. How does that sound, Emery? Do you want to tell us a little bit, any additional thoughts that you might have, Alex?
Well, yeah, I know that she was mad that I said things about her brother, but she didn't have to try to fight me for it.
Emery, what are you hearing her say right now?
That I didn't have to fight her. I could have told her why I was angry.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of hurt on both sides. So, Emery, kind of thinking about Alex's situation, what do you think looking back at it?
I probably could have asked her about why she made those comments, and told her why I was angry instead of hitting her.
Yeah. How do you feel hearing that, Alex?
Yeah, I think if she would have just asked me, I would have just told her that I didn't. It's not that I don't care about her brother, I just didn't think it was a big deal. So she keeps saying that I was a bully, but I didn't feel like I was a bully because I was just saying comments. But I feel like if she talked to me, I could have just said that.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of hurt still over this situation. just kind of trying to pick on someone but not necessarily see that you were picking on him, Chris, Emery's brother, and Emery, you wanting to stand up for your brother, which led to that fight. And I know we got to hear from the parents a little bit, from both of your perspectives and how you guys felt, feeling a little bit disappointed, but also want to highlight that you were both able to communicate appropriately when we asked that of you guys. And even you, Alex and Emery, you've both been able to see the other perspective and express yourselves in an appropriate way. And I want to thank you guys and say good job to all of you for what you've done today. But kind of talking a little bit about the harm that's been done, we'll have Kimberly tell us a little bit more about that.
There was, quite a few harms that were caused, so I do just want to go over that so we all understand, what were the facts of the incident. So just to start, Alex was feeling anxious knowing that, you, Emery, were proposing this fight to happen. Alex was physically hurt, but Emery, there was also a lot of trauma brought up to you because, as you mentioned, you were bullied before, and knowing that your brother was being bullied was also very difficult for you. Obviously, Tony and Hope, as parents, it was very distraught to know that, what was happening. Alex was making comments to another young boy, and then Emery wanting to propose a fight. I know both of your days were disruptive, having to be here to handle the situation the day of. So I want to thank everyone for, again, being open and honest, and just wanted to share, what we heard and what were the traumas that happened. Now we can go over what can be done to repair the harm. So I'll start with you, Alex. Is there anything you feel Emery can do based on what happened?
I don't know what she would want to do.
Okay, so Emery, we can go ahead and have you share. Are there any ideas or things you have in mind of what can be done based on what happened?
Maybe apologize.
So you would like to apologize to Alex for what happened that day?
Yeah.
Yes. And Alex, how does that make you feel? Is that something you would like?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. So Emery, you're okay with writing this apology letter to Alex. Is there anything else, Alex or Emery, that you guys would like to include?
No, I mean, I know what you're saying about your brother, so I'm sorry that that happened. I'm sorry that it went this way. I mean, I wish I would have just known that it hurt his feelings. I just didn't think it was that big of a deal. But I'm sorry that that happened.
Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing that and saying that right now to Emery. Emery, how do you take what Alex has shared?
I appreciate that a lot, and I'm sorry I hit you. I should have just talked to you.
It's okay.
Thank you both for chiming in and sharing. So at this point, I think do both parties agree that Emery will write this apology letter to you, Alex? Does that sound good for everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Parents, any questions, concerns? No. Okay. So we can all agree that this will be the way that Emery can repair the harm that happened to Alex, including Alex physically being hurt. And then thank you so much, Alex, for sharing with Emery, acknowledging her trauma as well and how she felt of her brother being bullied.
Mm-hmm.
How long does the letter have to be?
Yeah, great question, Emery. So, Alex, is there any specific length you would like, or Emery, a specific length you would like to offer for how long you think the letter should be?
I would say like a page.
A page.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
A page. Okay, so a one-page apology letter. How long do you think you will need for that, Emery, to get it done?
Maybe like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. Does that sound good for you, Alex? 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's fine.
2 weeks? Okay, so we'll do 2 weeks from today. The letter will be due. You can go ahead and just write that, and then once done, send that over. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Alrighty. I will be going over what the agreement is, and then you guys can share if this is accurate or if you guys would like to change anything. So what I have written down is Emery will write an apology letter to Alex about the incident that happened between them. This letter is to be at least 1 page long and will be due in 2 weeks. Any questions?
No, that sounds good.
Perfect. Alrighty, so we can go ahead and sign this agreement. We have reached the end of the mediation today. I just want to thank everyone for being here, being open and honest with me and Anayi, sharing what happened that day. And thank you for taking time out of your day to the parents. I really appreciate it and hope this agreement works out. Family mediations are sessions where youth, their parents, or other family members can come together to discuss any issues or topics they want to work through. The purpose of family mediations are to help families work through any conflict, to help improve their communication, and to provide them a safe space to be able to discuss anything they would like to.